Okay, in this edition of the Henstitute, we're going to continue with this converting of different temperature scales, but I grabbed one that's unusual, a temperature scale Z, where water freezes at 20 degrees Z and it boils at 60 degrees Z. And I want to know if you had a healthy person and you were measuring their body temperature with degrees Z, what would it be? So 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit converted into degrees Z. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this reasoning strategy. And since you know nothing really about this Z scale, it's going to be something brand new for you. So if you follow the pattern, it will work. It will give you those answers and you should be good. Step number one, we're going to take the initial temperature. So we're going to start with 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to subtract the ice point on Fahrenheit. So the ice point on Fahrenheit is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and we did this before. This gives us 66.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's step number one, subtract. Then we're going to take that answer and do step number two. So we're going to take 66.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and we need to do a conversion. So we're going to put degrees Fahrenheit on the bottom and degrees Z on top. Now the range here is the range from the ice point to the steam point, or the freezing point to the boiling point. How many degrees is it? So we know that on Fahrenheit, this is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and up here, this is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So there is a range of 180 degrees Fahrenheit between the freezing point and boiling point. On Z, we're going from 20 degrees Z to 60 degrees Z, so that range would just be 40 degrees Z. So that's what we're looking for, those ranges. So I'm going to put 180 down here for degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to put 40 up here for degrees Z. Now I could simplify this a little bit, but I don't really need to. So I'm just going to leave it as 66.6. I'm going to multiply by 40, and I'm going to divide by 180. And I get 14.8. And what I've now done is gotten rid of degrees Fahrenheit and ended up with degrees Z. Now again, I've mentioned this a couple times. People often make the bad assumption that they are done. They're like, hey, I've got degree Z, I'm done. But you have to do step number 3 here, which is you're going to add the number of degrees on the new scale to the ice point on the new scale. So I'm going to take this answer, this 14.8 degrees Z, I'm going to add the ice point on this new scale. So I'm going to add 20 degrees Z, and that's going to give me 34.8 degrees Z. So if you had a thermometer that measured degrees Z and you were a healthy person and your temperature was 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, on that thermometer would read 34.8 degrees Z. So kind of a funny one. I don't know why you would ever use this, but it would be something to kind of work with. It's just maybe you have something that this temperature scale works better for. So just another example, one that's kind of a little bit unusual because you don't have examples like this, something you're not familiar with. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Henstitute.